catalyze ascension, and so I've started vlogging about ascension and awakening in daily life. And today I'm in Switzerland, and we just had healing day. I'm giving a workshop here, and it's been amazing, really amazing group people. And I'm not sure if I can show you the view here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. It's the snowy tops of the mountains of the Mont Blanc. The view is amazing. There's the lake of Neuchâtel, and yeah, it's been amazing here. It's still amazing. I'm staying in this chalet and smelling the fresh air of Switzerland, and amazing. So yes, today I would like to speak, channel information about, it's not channeling, I would like to share the topic of the shadow. It's been quite a ride for me to connect to my shadow, and that's why I want to share it with you, because my experience might help you with your experience. So you know how when we are learning about healing and methods of awakening and you know, advancing on the spiritual path, there's loads of methods and ways of healing and talks and information about the light side of waking up. And so, you know, like specific methods of working on yourself to wake up, basically. And there's not so much information out there on the shadow side. So the best thing to do for your spiritual path at a certain point, like at a certain point okay, let's just speak about me. At a certain point in my spiritual path, I couldn't advance anymore because I was going for I was preferring the light side than my dark side or the shadow side. So let's say, what's the shadow side? Shadow side is like all these parts of yourself that are in the lower vibration. So fear of being yourself, and fear for life in general, and fear for others, and fear to lose, or of lack, fear of lack, fear of loss, like insecurity or shame or guilt or resentment or greed, and you know, all this type of, I guess you get the hang of it, all this type of your shadow side, like we all have it, basically, up until the point that you have integrated it so much. I'm not sure if the word integration is the right word, but until you have worked with that side of yourself so much and loved it so much that it can dissolve for very big part of it. And so yeah, for example, I would do spiritual work and I would feel great, and then you know, like a few days after, I would, for example, get very angry or very sad. You know, I had this kind of really deep core sadness in me. And instead of saying, hey, sadness, I welcome you, and to work with it and to ask it why that part of me is sad and what happened to that part of me, I just kind of like tried to, you know, every time it would come up, it would be like, yeah, not now, or no, I'm working so much on it, and you know, and so basically I wasn't advancing, although I had the feeling I was, because I wasn't acknowledging recognizing my shadow side. And I think a lot of spiritual people seem to have this problem where they only want to show their bright side and their light side, and they only want to share that light side, and that when the door closes in their home, that's, you know, when their partner or family or have to deal with their shadow side. And for themselves, you know, like it doesn't need to be your family or something, but you yourself are all of a sudden dealing with your shadow side and there's no advancement. And so basically all I'm saying, and I can be pretty simple about it, is try to really connect to your shadow side and really connect to your shadow and ask it, like, that's how you know, it works best for me is to, for example, let's take the example of sadness. When the sadness comes up, I welcome the feeling and I say, welcome sadness, you know, like it's like I express love towards it, towards the sadness. And then when I express love to the sadness, it can express itself and it can work it out. Oh, there's the train coming. So yeah, it goes the same with all the other emotions and things that are going on. Sadness, anger, all these shadow type of emotions. I found a way to work through them and to work with them by loving them. So loving them means honoring them, respecting them. It's not like, oh, you're the dark side I don't want to deal with, or you're not spiritual. No, this sadness and anger and all this shadow is also part of the divine. It's also divine. And actually it's the one who's been suffering, because else it wouldn't be anger or sadness or all these emotions, or resentment or guilt or shame or all this. Those are the parts that need the love the most, you know. Those are our parts that need love the most, because those are the parts that have been suffering. And so you can say to them or speak to this part of you, communicate to them and express love, because your unconscious doesn't really make a difference in between you saying it or somebody else. So let's say you have a very sad day and you feel that nobody really loves you, or it's not like you're not fulfilling your mission or something like this, you don't feel useful or something like this, then instead of going out and trying to find it outwards, you can also give yourself this love and say, wow, it's really, you know, we're really happy to have you on the planet and you're very loved. It's like a kind of self-talk, you know? And it's not even like self-talk, it's like you are connecting to those parts of you are real, you know? So you're, and those parts of you will be recognized and will be acknowledged, because that's all they want. They want to be loved, recognized, acknowledged, you know? So once you do that and you say to yourself, you are very loved and the planet is happy that you're here, and then actually you are loving this side, and so it will grow and it will dissolve into love, into the being that you are. So wow, that's already long. I don't know how I do it. I all the time I want to make like a short vlog, and it doesn't seem to happen. So yeah, I hope that was useful. And remember, I love you very much. And you are very loved by the universe. Also your sad part and your angry part and all those stuff that you want to hide. And yeah, do some Google on shadow work. There's quite some people that are working with the shadow and expressing it, and then working through groups and workshops and stuff, which is amazing. So thank you very much for watching. See you next time. I'm going to Holland and Ibiza again and traveling, so I hope I can make some vlogs. And I'm going to upload a new meditation about oneness but it's still happening, you know. It will be manifested, but it's still working inside of me. So it will be soon, I hope. Okay, thank you. Namaste. Bye bye from Switzerland. I hope you heard the cowbells and stuff. It's amazing. Bye.